All right, we're back. Apologies, I have not been casting many games lately. Yeah, things have been very, very busy in real life, but we are back here for the playoffs, second round of the playoffs, and we're going to start with a Division B set here between the 2 seed Mr&Mrs. Here in the red and yellow. We've got Hannah in the red, Ted here in the yellow. And on the other side, they are up against the 1 seed going into the playoffs, Feroker's team. Boys from the Czech Republic. And we've got Lopinger here in the green and Feroker here in the blue. So, yeah, I believe in the first round, I think both these teams swept their opponents. So Feroker's team playing against the 4 seed, which I think is Nepo Clan, and Mr&Mrs. played against the 3 seed LWS. So that was best of 3, and both these teams swept their sets 2-0. And here in the winner's bracket, with a seat in the grand finals on the line, we've got a best of 5. So up to 5 games in this set. And the loser, not out of the tournament. It's a double elimination playoff, so they will play the winner of Nepo Clan in LWS. So that's what things are looking like here. That's the stakes. Let's take a look at the map, take a look at the civs here. So this is Team Acropolis, and we've got Spanish and Persians. Okay, so my guess here is that Ted's going to attempt to FC, go into Conks. I mean, it could be a double scout opening. I suppose that's possible. But maybe, my guess is Hannah goes scouts, Ted FCs, they try to get Conks on the field quickly while the scouts buy time for their team to get walled up. Yeah, you can see Ted already starting some of the walling here. We have a bit of idle time here from the Vietnamese. Why? 33 seconds idle time. I wonder what happened there. Okay, but on this side, for Feroker's team, we've got Lopinger playing as the Vietnamese and teamed up with the Lithuanian. So a little bit more meta here. One archer player, one cav player. Let's take a look at the maps here. So no back wood available for this team. I think Ted and Hannah's maps may be a little nicer for that. Although if they're FCing, they're not going to want to take wood outside their walls. And yeah, this really early aggressive walling definitely smells like a fast castle to me. They'll definitely have to get that walling up quickly because Lithuanians, they're going to have the ability to go up really quickly. Has anyone opted to take the extra boar here? It looks like both of Ted's extra boar are still kicking around here. Same for Hannah, both her extra boar. Same on this side. So there are 2 extra boar per player, which spawn down in this valley, but it looks like so far no one's opted to take that. We do have Hannah researching Loom here, so it looks like she's going 20 pop scouts. Yeah, they are still open in the back, but they should have, I think they should have plenty of time. Lithuanians going for 19 pop uptime here. And Lopinger is housed. Right, not a big deal. It's going to Feudal Age anyway. Yeah, but did have about a Vil's worth of idle time at some point in Dark Age. So, yeah, so with this map, there tends to be a lot more transit time to get from your base to the opponent's base than, say, Arabia, which is what makes that fast castle, like it appears Ted's going for here. It's what makes that a bit more viable than you'd have on Arabia. It's also a reason, though, sometimes the archer player doesn't move out really early in Feudal Age. I've often seen archer players go up maybe a Vil or 2 later than they normally would on Arabia. Prioritize eco. They build up an archer mass, but they keep it mainly for defensive purposes, get to Castle Age quickly, and then move out once the Expo upgrade's on the way. We'll see here. That's how Lopinger chooses to play it. All right, Ted is researching Loom, actually. Interesting. Maybe just wants to be extra careful here. But they look full walled. I don't see any holes here. And it's going to have to repair that quickly, which she does. Lopiter can see she's opening scouts here. Got a scout opening from blue as well. First range coming down here for Lopiter. Don't see a second range. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is interesting, though. Ted is not at all on stone. He's going for FC, but is he opening knights here? I figure out why he wouldn't be on stone yet. Maybe he's just looking to move to stone after. He wants to really make sure he's got the res to click up. I should be fine on the resources there. Hannah trying to be a pest over here. She's got one scout in on their base. Walling has barely even started here for Feroker's team, but they should be fine. All they're going to have to deal with is Hannah's scouts. She's got 3 of them on the field at the moment. 1 spear out. Archer production. Only 1 archer. No more archers queued, so Lopiter is going to focus on eco here. Market Blacksmith still not on stone here for Ted. Okay, there we go. Bill's moving to stone now. I just wanted to make sure he had the res to get up. Yeah, should not have a problem keeping this walled. The tricky thing is these wood lines are so small, they burn out pretty quickly. So you do have to be very, very micromanagey with those lumberjacks, making sure they don't overchop. Yeah, pretty quiet here so far. Ted on the way to Castle Age. Archers finally being produced here for Lopiter. Ooh, and Hannah's got some scouts in, actually. 4 scouts. Those could get some damage. No upgrades yet, and there's a spear in defense, so Feroker's team should be alright here, but those conks could be could get some real damage, especially in Ted's hands. Ted is a kind of oscillates, I think, between maybe like 1950 2K. He's a very solid 1v1 player. Actually, both these teams are kind of in a similar situation where there's a really significant elo disparity between the 2 players on each team. I believe on this side, Feroker is maybe 500 elo points higher than his teammate, and you get the same thing on this side. Ted, I think, maybe 500 elo points higher than Hannah. So, alright, Hannah's losing that scout. Yeah, good defense here for Feroker's team, but Hannah's done the job. She's kept them distracted. No archers were able to break in, and Ted here, 520 stone, he'll have enough for a castle quite soon. Where does he drop it? Right here? Try to get out forward? I mean, that's probably too risky, right? Maybe just goes right here for defensive purposes. Guess you could maybe go there. Not sure what the best spot is. Alright, Castle Age on the way here for Feroker. Let's see, still 1 stable at the moment. Hasn't added a second. Is starting to wall, but they're wide open on this side. Moving out here with some archers, but those archers should be able to be cleaned real quickly here by the conks. Lopiter still looking a long way off from Castle Age, and look at this. Oh! Feroker gets walled just in time. Those scouts were bearing down. Still open here. Hannah could get some damage perhaps on this side. Do you have any upgrades yet? No, no upgrades. She's looking at Castle Age herself. Alright, here come the conks. Here come the archers, but they are too little too late, I think. We'll see. Lopiter with 15 archers in total. He's got, what, 7 of them forward here? Where are these conks right now? Alright, moving directly for the counterattack. Hannah in here, harassing really nicely. But it doesn't look like she's gotten any significant damage. Let's see the KDs here. Yeah, Lopter's lost 3 units with 0 kills, but I don't think, yeah, any of those were eco kills. A nice take there by Lopager. Bit of harassment here, but Ted's not even going to try to clean this. Ted's just going straight for the counterattack. Konk's already here in the front. We'll be able to harass this wood line. Lopager will have to move that off that. Already adding a second TC here down in the valley. Ted coming forward to do the same. And yeah, Ted, let's see, his secondary gold. I guess he's going to have to come all the way up here for that secondary gold. 6 Konks on the field, 3 Knights on the field here for blue. And Hannah will be arriving to Castle Age here in just a second. So Feroker's team definitely could be under some serious pressure here. Hannah getting the first armor, bloodlines coming in as well. I like that TC there for Feroker. Access to both wood and gold. Interesting. No armor at all on these Knights though right now. No upgrades whatsoever. No attack upgrades. No bloodlines. Husbandry on the way. Some nice free pokes there from the spear. Feroker gets some good free hits in there. Gonna come down with her extra TC. What's the archer count looking like? 22 archers here for Lopager. Ooh, look at this. Konks are in, and Feroker off a gold at his main base. Does have that secondary gold, fortunately for him. But he's going to be severely idled here. Expo on the way, Bodkin on the way. Let's see if they can trap these Konks in. Bill's going down here. Archer's looking to just get the surround so these Konks can't run out, but Konks will probably be able to just shoot a palisade here. Alright, Expo's in, Bodkin's in. Yeah, without ballistics, these Konks can kind of dance, dip, dodge, duck all day. Ted getting the armor here. Where are the Expos? And yeah, that should be enough to hold off that pressure for a while. Hannah is coming forward with Knights now, though. See, on 1 stable, 2 stable. Yeah, sticking on 1 stable. So light production kind of all around. Monks being added in here for Feroker. So yeah, they're going to try to go Expo Monks to deal with these Konks. Ooh, Relics coming in. I like that. Still no upgrades on these Knights, though. Let's see if Hannah sees this. So we have second TC come down here for Lopager in the valley. Hannah has the scout in the area. Let's see if she notices. She's just patrolling the relic, though. Doesn't want the Lith player to get any more relics. One of those sitting in the bank at the moment. Third TC come down here for Ted. At the moment, actually, already a 10ville lead for Mr&Mrs. here. I like their position. And is Ted still on stone? Yeah, not heavy. Just thinking that with this kind of military advantage, maybe they think about forward castle, but these Expo are going to be a problem. Ballistics is in as well. So that's going to make him quite a bit more effective against this Konk Knight composition. But mobility is going to be a real problem here, I think, for Feroker's team up against this composition. Again, the map quite a bit bigger than Arabia. So the lack of mobility with Expo definitely hurts you more here than it does on Arabia. Hannah's got just, what, +1 armor on these. A lot of free damage there for Lopager. Lots of free damage here for Ted, killing some reinforcements. Lopager's gather point for his archers was right there. And Ted takes out, what, 5 or 6 for free. And Vill count continuing to bloom here, up to almost 20 extra Vills. Hannah taking an unfortunate fight. Might have just lost track of those knights. That's really good damage there for Feroker's team. And are they thinking of counterattack? No, they're going to try to clean these conks. But this is the problem. You just can chase these conks all day long. Oof, this is going to be some really good damage here for Ted. Thinks better of it, though. Doesn't want to get trapped. He's going to run with those conks. Again, just no counterattack, no pressure at all from Feroker's team. What's the conk count at? It's 20 conks total. Ted's stealing one of those relics. Anna up to 4 town centers already. She's got one on that gold. Ted's got one on that gold. I really like the map control at the moment for Mr&Mrs. 25 villager lead. Yeah, Ted is going heavy to stone here. So I think a follow-up castle could be filthy. Yeah, maybe you get one here. Deny the monastery, deny that TC. Another option would be, you know, get one over here, range bolt those town centers. But that's probably going to be hard to do with the expo here. All right, Feroker's team thinking about a counterattack now. They do have good military numbers, 48 military to 28. Although not the same power units. Let's see if they can put some pressure here on Hannah. They are going to deny that second stable. Yeah, Hannah's still only on 1 stable. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, that's nasty. And these archers never going to be able to get back there in time. 40 villager advantage already for Mr&Mrs. They are in an awesome spot. Hannah, 90 villagers. She is absolutely going to Boomtown. Now, she does have this TC idled. But at the moment, these archers are not getting really serious damage in this castle. Spanish villagers building that castle. That thing's going to go up right away, and that's going to be a big problem for Feroker. He's going to have only this gold. He's going to have to take gold somewhere else. Out here, but Ted, look at this. Look at these outposts. That is beautiful. 4th TC coming down here for Ted as well. Counterattack continuing on this side. Let's see if Feroker's team is able to get some damage. I think they're going to have to get some really serious damage here. They're in. They're in. All right, Hannah doesn't have a whole lot of military at the moment. Only 4 knights on the field. But this is... yeah, this is a problem right now. Mr&Mrs. 32 villager advantage. How are they going to clean this, though? Hannah still only with 6 knights on the field. As a siege workshop, maybe thinking of adding a mango. And look at the raids here by Feroker. I like this. Raiding all over the place, but the problem is still no armor on these knights, right? Yeah, no armor. Not even bloodlines on those knights. So they are going to be really vulnerable to the TCs. All right, Ted's going to try to take a fight against the Expo. Conks have been nerfed vis-a-vis the Expo. And, yeah, that did not go too poorly for Feroker. I mean, for Lapager. Yeah, raids continuing. Ted hasn't noticed this. I think he's busy microing over on this side. With these knights, though, +2 armor, plus Persian knights, they could probably take that fight here in just a minute. All right, Ted notices garrisons. All right, first armor now in for Feroker. Yeah, this should be a clean here. Well, Ted a bit distracted, taking a lot of free damage there. Loses 3 conks, basically for free. And the raids continuing here for Feroker, so the initiative has switched a bit here. Feroker's team, 87 military to 56. Ooh, look at this. A lot of archer reinforcements. Let's see how this fight goes down. This fight, honestly, could shape the game. Yeah, Ted and Hannah thinking better of it. Ballistics coming in absolutely clutch here. Really good damage for those expos so far. Feroker coming to join the party. And yeah, he should be able to clean this Mangonel. I mean, looking at almost a 50 vil advantage, but if Mr. and Mrs. lose this army, this could snowball really, really quickly. And Hannah's boom, 120 vils. Nice mango shot there for Hannah. Another nice mango shot. Got more conks coming to the party. The expo number's still looking good, but not the kind of win for Feroker's team I think that's going to immediately snowball them to victory. Alright, Imperial Age on the way for Lopager. And maybe that was... Maybe that faster imp was the way back into this here. Get that villager disparity, get that tech advantage with Arbalist. Ted Hannah's position just seems too strong between the map control, the vil count, and the composition they have on the field right now. Alright, Feroker scouting with this monk. How many relics did he end up with? Just the one? Does he have another monastery? Oh, I think just the one. Yeah. Alright, Lopager coming in here. Hannah does actually have a lot of exposed farms out here, so could be some decent damage. Hannah up to 130 vils, but still hasn't been able to click up yet. Alright, Ted adding another castle with 2 villagers. Nice pressure here from Feroker. May deny this castle. Let's see if Ted's able to wall. Just the one villain. Just the one. Just the one. Alright, castle denied, at least for the time being. Ted looking for the clean here. And let's see if they think about diving on this before Arbalist is in. We're looking at 58 expo right now for Lopager. And, ooh, Hannah was thinking about a castle. She's going to lose a lot of vils here. Alright, yeah, Arbalist could maybe swing this game. Wow, look at the vil count. Vil count all of a sudden. Only 12 difference. And the raid's continuing here for Lopager. I mean, for Feroker. Lightest on the field as well. I don't know. They do have the military numbers. Arbalist will come in. We're looking at 65 Arbalist. Alright, Elite Conk on the way. Ted is going to have to get a nice push here, I think. Yeah, look at that. Feroker was able to get access to that gold out front. Raids continuing. These raids have actually been pretty awesome here for Feroker, keeping the vil numbers down for Mr&Mrs. Final armor coming in, chemistry coming in. These do have bracer, but no Arbalist upgrade yet here for Lopager. And yeah, it's just going to come down to whether Feroker's team can push faster on the left or Ted can push faster on the right here. Yeah, I like this. Coming in to try to get some more raids. There's a lot of exposed eco here. Alright, Imperial Age on the way here for Feroker. In for Hannah. And the Paladin timing could be a really important piece of this game here. Let's keep an eye on that. Lopager with enough for a castle. I think he's thinking forward castle over here. He wants to probably start trebbing that castle down. Does have chemistry, so could go bombards. More raids here from Feroker. Ted is managing to clean most of these. But look at that. Look at the vil count. This is wild. What a swing. Feroker's team all of a sudden with a 15 villager lead. And really starting to reestablish map control. Yep, got 3 castles here along the front. Issue though for them is going to be trade line. Trade tends to become a really important part of this map. Ooh, Ted losing these trebs, though. Lightest, which is so filthy. It looks like all 3 of these trebs have been down. Blink of an eye. Ted actually might even lose these. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue I can see right now. Yeah, Ted adding his markets there. Hannah's going to add these. Yeah, already adding the walls in here as well. So I think I still like Ted and Hannah's position here a bit more. Late game, though. I don't know, it's sort of... I think Vietnamese Lith might be better sort of late civ here. Alright, Hannah's going to try to treb this forward castle here from Lopager. Final armor coming in. 36 of the Cavalier at the moment. Yeah, Paladin, I think, is essential at this point. Yeah, lightest Arbalist. So strong. Alright, Ted looking to dive in here once again. Let's see if the lightest come back to snipe the trebs again. I'd be curious if we see a halberd in here. These lightest are just so filthy. Look at that. Paladin not on the way yet for Hannah. Final armor coming in here for Feroker. So these lightest are going to trade even better against the Conks. Oh, interesting. We've got Ram for Lopager. Oh, bad fight there for Ted. Hill bonus for Feroker. Yeah, and this push has pretty much stalled at this point. 77 military to 98. That's the upgrade there. No trade cards yet for any of the players. Ed Shirley thinking about getting it here. Yes, it's Ram. Yeah, I guess because the Conqueror on the field. Sort of thinking Bubbard would make more sense because you're up against a Cav player, but Hannah, this is the problem. She's got 0 on gold. I think she's having serious gold problems here. And can't even tech into Hussar. This is a huge problem. Yeah, I take back what I said about preferring Mr&Mrs. position. Yeah, this is why this map, I think you kind of have to get into trade earlier than you would on Arabia, because gold is really, really sparse on this map. The lightest are just going to eviscerate this army here, and things all of a sudden looking really good for Feroker's team. Big military edge. This castle should go down. Alright, Ted desperately trying to get some gold on this side. Arbalist diving right through the castles, coming over here to the gold. Yeah, I like the Monk Edition here for Ted. Yeah, we do have some trade carts on the field now. 7 trade carts out for Ted. Hannah actually going into Elite Skirm. Elite Persian Skirm. But yeah, her castle is down. Yeah, okay, there's the Hussar. So Hannah was able to tech into Hussar. She's going to have to rely on those for a while. I like this. Yeah, Hannah got some raids coming in here as well. It's the trade situation. 0 trade cards on the field right now for Feroker's team, and the pop. The bill count suddenly dropping. Hussar, a really nice addition here for Hannah. She wants to start pumping those elite skirm. These raids, I think, yeah, Lopager, I don't even think noticed this. He's just losing tons of eco, down to 75 vills. I think he's been so preoccupied in front, didn't notice that his eco's been getting gutted back there by Hannah's Hussar raids. Ted still does have a few Trebs over here, some Conks over here. But I think Lopager's got enough Arbalest down there to deal. This is still scary though. Feroker's team twice the military. And Ted and Hannah need some way to deal with this push. Gold also an issue here right now for Feroker's team. And they just haven't teched in a trade. So it feels like if Hannah and Ted can just survive this just for a little while, that trade advantage is just gonna just launch them to victory. It's looking scary though. This army starting to creep up on the trade line. How do they deal with this? Look at the military count. 46 to 145. Hannah has 5 Hussar in the field. 52 Hussar queued. Maybe not enough production buildings. There's 12 of them here. Good raids right now for Feroker. I don't know who to call in this one. There's absolutely no gold right now for Feroker's team, but they've got the army numbers. This Expo mass is just going to camp the trade line. 26 trade carts for Ted, but it's about to be a lot less than that. Ted losing these Trebs over here to the Arbalest. It is a hard one to call. Hannah, look at her build count, just plummeting here, down to 90. Her and Lopager in a similar position here, but the military count. 108 military on the field for Lopager. And the trade is just getting eviscerated. It's head down to 8 trade carts. Yeah, this looks like Feroker's game. Unbelievable. What a wild game. I can't believe it. Yeah, just not enough military on the field there. The GG's called. Wow. Oh my goodness. Ted and Hannah seemed like they were in such a good spot. But that just completely snowballed down here. The crazy thing was, it wasn't even Lightus at that point. It's just the Winged Hussar. Yeah, I wonder if Hannah had been able to tech into Hussar earlier. Maybe she could have had the military numbers to deal. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, Vietnamese Lith, as that game progresses, do seem stronger and stronger. But Ted and Hannah were just in such a good spot in terms of map control and having trade up and running. And Feroker's team, I mean, this was the push they absolutely had to have. I really think if that push is shut down, they're completely out of gold. That game's over. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe more trash for Ted and Hannah could have allowed them to hold there. But yeah, really well played by Feroker's team, understanding their win condition and executing it. Let's take a look at the stats here. Ted, really nice eco, already with 1,600 trade profit. And had 3 relics to boot. Throwing Hannah res there in Imperial Age, but not enough to get Hannah to Paladin. That was another thing. I think if there had been the gold to get to Paladin, that game's surely over. All right, game number 1 goes to Feroker's team. And to game number 2 we go, Socotra. However you pronounce it. What are we looking at here? Feroker playing as the Romans, Lopager as the Vietnamese. All right, I like this. This should be fun. We're going to see some infantry shenanigans here from Romans. I assume Ted here is the Ethiopians, Hannah as the Huns. Huns on Socotra is not something I've seen a lot of. Why Huns here? I'm guessing it's got to be she's thinking heavy scouts. Yeah, I mean, Ted and Hannah must be wanting to play this sort of Arabia style. Fast up, heavy scouts production. Fast and heavy archer production from Ted. Yeah, Japanese, awesome on this map just because the cheaper mills and lumber camps. Gives you a lot of flexibility. And we could see, honestly, double men-at-arms here from both Romans and Japanese. I'm going to fast forward a little bit through the early game, at least until we get some scout movement. And no laming attempted from any of the players so far. So very, very passive start, at least as Socotra goes. Everyone just content to push. Keeping an eye out for a barracks from our Romans player and our Japanese player. And there it is. Ted going for an 18 pop archers. Hannah for 19 pop scouts. Oh, and she lost her scout. Amidst where? Yeah, scout just went down, I'm assuming, to a TC. And that's not going to be ideal. What she's looking to go for here. Presumably looking to go into scouts here. All right, there it is. Men-at-arms for Romans. Japanese looking like straight archers here. But Ted already scouting that out, knows it's coming. And expect to see some small resource walls for him. Ooh, double range off the rip here for Ted. And should get that scout. Ooh, okay, never mind. Feroker manages to get that scout out of there just in time. Ooh, it's actually going to clean Ted's scout. Ted not paying attention, loses the scout there to the militia. Men-at-arms upgrade on the way. And, I mean, Ted obviously has the right counter here, archers. But, right, with this really fast uptime, ready. Ted can save this Ville. Nope. We'll lose one. I mean, it's such a tight build that just the idle time from the men-at-arms, losing that Ville could definitely really hurt Ted here. He's definitely going to struggle to get fletching. 46 food in the bank at the moment. What do we have going on here for Hannah? Straight scouts. Double range here for Japanese. And they're going for full-blown team wall. Ooh, I like what Feroker's doing here. Just moving straight on to Hannah. You know the archers are coming. No reason to stick around. And might be able to get another Ville here. Alright, Ville count dead even at 44 apiece. Hannah can keep this Ville alive. She could just poke that scout, I think. Alright, we'll lose a Ville. And Ted actually... Maybe a misclick there, losing some Villes. Ooh, Hannah getting a nice counterattack here on Feroker, taking out a Ville. So makes up for the loss she suffered. Bit of revenge there for her. Ready. Another Ville goes down here for Feroker. So Mr&Mrs. with a nice start here. They've got a 1 Ville edge, 5 military edge. And I don't know what Feroker's follow-up is here. He's got no other production buildings, no ranges, no stables. maybe an eco-heavy approach, but when we compare these ecos, Hannah with 11 farms. Not even 8 yet here for Feroker. Hannah should lose those scouts. I don't think she's going to get another bill there. Yeah, no more scouts in production either. I think she's just rushing for Castle Age at this point. A very defensive game for Feroker's team here. They just don't have a lot of military in the field. And it really seems like these archers are going to be able to punish this. Like, how do you defend this? Feroker's he's got to get a defensive tower up here. Ted, though, let's see if he heads over to Lopager's base. Best thing for Feroker's team here is if these archers head for green. But I don't think Feroker's team will be so lucky. Looks like the Brits on the way to the gold. Defensive tower coming down, but it's going to be too late. This might be GG already. Ted and Hannah in a great spot here. Oh, man. Yeah, this is not good at all for Feroker's team. Nice quick gate. That will save some vills. 5 vill lead at the moment for Ted and Hannah. And Hannah's actually continuing to produce scouts. Nice micro here from Lopager. Feroker desperate to get that tower up, but not going to have any such luck. Yeah, Ted and Hannah in a very, very good spot here. Hard to see how they lose this game at this point. Maybe if this archer mass is cleaned up and Lopager can then counterattack, but at the moment, Ted with a 1 archer advantage. More men-at-arms here for Feroker. Ted harassing the berries as well. Ted definitely going to dominate this fight. Really great pressure. These men-at-arms, though, have gotten awesome value. They've got the armor. Okay, that's why they were trading so well. I think Feroker, I'm guessing, wanted to get that infantry flood going a bit sooner. So definitely Ted and Hannah pouncing on Feroker when they did. Looks like it should win them this game. Let's see here. Lopager should have a competitive Castle Age time. The worry is Feroker. I think he's going to be so far behind. Especially with the continuing to invest into the infantry. Hannah maybe thinking about diving here. She's got the +1 armor. Yeah, she's going to dive. I think that's... Maybe she just doesn't want to lose the mass here. Yeah, I guess no reason. Hannah just about to click the Castle Age here. Where's Lopager? This is all he's got left of these 6 archers. +4 men-at-arms. Ted and Hannah are in such a dominant position here. Yeah, I do think Hannah should have dove here. She might think there's more archers back here than there are. But I think if those scouts with the +1 armor get back in there, game is over at that point. Alright, Hannah almost halfway to Castle Age here. Ted should be clicking any moment. Lopager won't be too far behind. I think this might well be GG when Hannah hits. Hannah, happy to throw these scouts away. Not looking upgraded into light cav. Ted's archer mass is just so scary at this point. Lopager on the way up. Feroker. Yeah, he's got a good ways to go here. His Eco. His Eco so idled. His food income so scattered. Alright, what's Hannah opening with here? 3 knights from 2 stables. Head 50 seconds away from Castle Age, and then crossbow. Are these knights heading immediately for Feroker's base? Feroker is just super dead here. 30 villagers. Just a matter of time here before the GG is called, I think. Yeah, I really do not see any possible win conditioner for Feroker's team. Oh. Game freezing up here a bit. Apologies. Ted adds some siege in here as well. I think Ram or a couple mangonels could be nice. Looking at almost 10 more archers here for Ted. His upgrades are already in. Ted trying to force a fight at this point. Bodkin on the way for Lopager. Alright, now he clicks to Expo. He is definitely in danger of losing this army here. Hannah, +2 armor on the way. Once that's in, she can just dive under this all day long. Really nice early engagement there for Ted. 4 archers for free. Lopager's archers are going to be trapped here. And yeah, this is brutal. This is absolutely devastating. 25 villagers for Feroker. Yeah, this game is super over. Twice as much military on the field for Ted and Hannah. 20 villager advantage. Tech advantage. Yeah, and Ted is obliterating these archers over here. 28 to 13, plus Hannah's got some knights. Yeah, there's absolutely no way. No chance for Feroker's team. BG is called. Yeah, that was pretty brutal. I mean, it just seemed sort of doomed from the start, unless those men-at-arms had been able to get value. If Ted and Hannah are able to get just into that scouts and archers composition, you know, to get into that standard Arabia composition, there was no follow-up for Feroker. I think he wanted to keep producing the men-at-arms, but that army was just too much on him too fast. And yeah, wasn't able to buy himself enough time with the men-at-arms to finish those walls. And that was it. Yeah, snowballed from there. Let's take a look at the statistics here. Sorry, hang on. Yeah, that's brutal. All right. Let's catch game 3 here. And I think I've got, yeah, let me fix this, best of 5. All right, game number 3, Gold Rush. It's long been Ted and Hannah's favorite map, at least in all the tournaments I've played with them. I think they've always picked this as their home map. So let's see if Ted and Hannah are able to get the 2-1 with their favorite map here. All right, what are we looking at? Mayans and Berbers here for Ted and Hannah. Hannah will be playing as the Mayans, Ted as the Berbers. So they're flipping their role from the last game. Hannah will be the archer player this time, Ted the cav player. On the other side, Feroker as the Franks, Lopager as the Saracens. So archer players matched up against each other, cav players matched up against each other. Fast forward a bit here until we get some sort of engagement. Thanks, Saracens. Yeah, I think I definitely prefer Mayans Berbers on this map. It is a map where, I mean, if you're thinking Arabia, one reason you might prefer the Frank Saracen play is just because Franks have access to Paladin. Berbers don't. I think Gold Rush. Feroker gonna lose a scout here. Ted gonna lose all his sheep. Alright, Feroker keeps the scout alive. Ted keeps his sheep alive. That is half HP off a scout player's initial scout. So it at least guarantees for Ted that his Wallingville will survive. But yeah, what I was saying before. I think Gold Rush, precisely because Castle Age seems to be the crucial age, right? That's when you're trying to secure this position. You sort of have to get there, and you can't get there unless you've got military advantage. And that's exactly what Berbers offers you. Cheaper knights, is you can really ham the knights in early Castle Age. Anna's going to try for a Vilpic here. If she gets that, that's going to be nasty, because that will delay the barracks. Will she get it? No, not quite. Alright, the barracks will go up, but that is a delay there for Lopager for his archer production. Hannah dropping her first range. Head stable is up. Feroker's stable is now up as well. A little bit of idle time all around. Ooh. Lopager, you sneaky boy. Dropping a market before a second range, so definitely looking to abuse the market here. Let's see how quickly that stone disappears. Yeah, that is a very fast market. Alright, Feroker looks like he wants to initially send his scouts over here to Hannah to prey on her. And Ted thinking the same. So they're both heading over to their archer counterpart. This actually is unfortunate for Lopager, who is currently housed. Gonna lose a Vil as well. The bright side, that will unhouse him. Those walls there for Hannah. Yeah, those are really nice walls. Great wood lines for her. Feroker's map, not terrible as well. Alright. Lopager hasn't sold any stone yet. Adding the second range now. Whereas Hannah, she's already got the blacksmith. Fletching on the way. Let's see how aggressive she's able to be here. She does have a 7 archer to 3 archer advantage over the Saracens player. And again, the Saracens player, no blacksmith yet, so no fletching. So I think if Ted heads over there, chance to get some real damage. Ted does have to be careful about the counterattack here, though. He's still quite open. Okay, so Hannah's actually going to come over to Ted's side. And I guess this does make a lot of sense, because if they have their military on this side, they can keep an eye on Feroker's military. That's probably the best defense for Ted. Plus, it just tends to be easier to get damage on a Cav player than on an Archer player in this situation. 8 scouts on the field for Ted, 7 for Feroker. Lopager actually already grabbing a wheelbarrow. Blacksmith just now coming down.
Shot it.
And I think Feroker missed it. I think he was looking for this military. +1 armor coming in here for Ted. Feroker could be in real trouble here. He could be in real trouble here. All right, base trade potential here. Fletching on the way for Lopager. These scouts could potentially just dive in here. All right, Feroker thinking better of it. And, ooh, this is interesting. This military, I think they thought about going back. Yeah, but that little delay there with those archers is giving Hannah enough time to get some house walls down here. And her archers into defense. Mr.&Mrs. probably in a slightly better position here. Nice market house defense there for Feroker. And it definitely a bit distracted here, trying to micro 2 different armies. She is housed. Yeah, and the scouts diving past that TC. Nice quick walls here from Hannah. So she can fill that gap. Scout's able to get in between. She does have these archers. There's no upgrades on those scouts, so she should be able to defend this. Meanwhile, on this side, Ten and Hannah do look like they're going to get in here. Defensive tower coming down from Feroker. That's not going up. There's no way that's going up. Ten and Hannah in a great spot here. This looks a lot like that last Sakatra game. Tower a little too late. Look at this over on this side. Hannah, this army diving on her. Her tower will go up. And yeah, we do have a base trade kind of situation, but it looks like the damage favoring Mr.&Mrs. here. Although they are only 1 vil ahead at the moment. Let's see if Feroker deletes that. Hannah should be able to clean that army as well. Castle Age on the way here for Feroker, on the way for Ted as well. Thing is, Feroker no access to gold, which obviously is something you want when you're trying to get into knights. Sneaky little wall in here by Feroker, so this army will be trapped. Restable off the rip here for Ted, so he's going full Berbers. Playing all the greatest hits. And Lopager on the way up. I love what Feroker's doing here. Taking gold out front. Actually going to stone as well. Food income, though, is going to be a little bit crippled. Only 9 on food at the moment compared to 19 for Ted. So I am worried about that night production. Yeah, plus the wood. He's got no wood income. And was able to break out here. Now Ted's going to be on this. Oh. This is, oh. Yeah, this is not going to be good for Feroker. Mr.&Mrs. are in a fantastic spot here. There are knights on the field. Here's another worry. Hannah has not clicked yet. Still has not clicked to Castle Age. Lopager, almost there. 19 archers. So maybe he could snowball that into taking Hannah out. Yeah, Feroker, very, very heavy on stone here. Desperately wants to get that castle down to defend himself. Lopager coming over here with his archers. Soon to be Expo. They should be able to defend against this Night Flood. Ted's going to stay 1 TC for a while. Let's see if he gets light. Yeah, okay, light cap coming in. +2 armor's already in. Here comes Bodkin for Lopager. Hannah has clicked. So let's see how Ted deals. Ooh, look at this. So, yeah, I think Feroker's thinking our win condition at this point is we're going to have to YOLO it here. And they want to get a forward castle. I think he's hoping that with the archer numbers, they'll have the military presence to get this up. I don't know. I don't know. You're up against Berbers. 9 knights on the field. Although Ted's kind of holding off on production here. Only producing out of one of those stables at the moment. Feroker's gonna get that castle up. Yeah, and he's sending the village too. Got 16 vills here. Archers are in. Wow, this game has absolutely swung. So this is what I was talking about is the Expo maybe being able to make the difference. Ted, fortunate for him, does have this back gold, and he's going to try to take this fight. No chance he denies the castle. Look at the pathing. Nice. Oh, they suck in those little alleyways. Alright, Hannah's here with her archers. Expo, Bodkin on the way. Man, look at this, though. Feroker's team with a Vill lead. It just seems wild after that feudal damage they took. And Hannah making nice use of the hill here. Yeah, villager count, military count, all of it's really neck and neck, but this forward position here for Feroker's team is kind of deadly. They're taking Ted's second gold, taking Ted's stone. This is ranging all 3 of his production buildings. I mean, Feroker's pretty all in here. 8 farms, but Ted's farm eco a little disjointed as well. Looking to counterattack here against the archer player. This TC goes up just in the nick of time. And 5 vills at the moment for Feroker. He's going to try to raid the farming. Ted should be able to clean that, no problem. And let's see if Ted and Hannah can get some payback here. Game's tight. Real tight game. I really like that castle. That was ballsy. It was the sort of thing I would not have attempted. Ted sort of throwing these knights away. I think must have lost track of them. Busy micring over here, and things do not look good for Lopager at the moment. Is getting a TC up on the wood line to keep those vills alive. The vill count is still basically neck and neck. Ted's eco is kind of a disaster at the moment. Yeah, not even garrisoning vills in this TC. I think he's just completely focused over here on this side of the field. Vill count still basically even, but Mr&Mrs with a significant military edge. Lopager's entire eco idled here. He has, I think, 1 vill out of the TC. Yeah, Feroker can't even think about adding military at the moment. He's trying to get that eco stabilized here. He does have more vills than his teammate, more vills than Ted. Holding off on production here. Feroker thinking about another castle. He's Frank, so he's going to be able to drop that castle basically whenever he wants now. Yeah, Ted might lose all these. What a messy, messy Gold Rush game. And it is losing a lot of archers in here. That's a nice spot for those archers to camp. They seem to be on attack stance, not stand ground, so they keep kind of wandering off. Alright, where's that next castle here from Feroker? He did put 100 stone into this TC. His eco is really starting to stabilize here. Where do we see the follow-up castle? Where's it going to go? Just going to drop it right here on this TC. Yeah, that was just such a brutal position for that castle. Taking out all 3 of those stables. Lopager's got the stone he needs for a castle. He's probably going to try to drop him right up here. Ted and Hannah do have middle control. Look at the TC here for Feroker. It's amazing. Alright, where are these vills heading, though? Seem a little unsure themselves. Messy, messy, messy game. Oof. Oof. That castle goes up. That'd be disgusting. Feroker's got 15 knights. I think he's got the military to pull it off. Let's see here. Hannah coming forward to drop a TC right where that castle's going to go up. Feroker can't quite drop it because Hannah's villa's in the way. Alright, here it comes. Castle on this side from Lopager as well. Ted and Hannah deny this. Oh, Ted, look at all the knights. Oh my gosh. He's going to deny this. This might be the game here. This is the nuttiest Gold Rush game I've seen in a long time. At least in a 2v2 setting. Ted also getting a lot of kills here on Lopager's knights. That castle is a goner, I think. And Lopager has lost all the villas there. Ted and Hannah, all of a sudden, 30 military advantage. They've denied 2 castles. Classic double doubt. And, yeah, basically even military numbers at this point as well. What a mess. Mess. Oh, man. Yeah, I think they just did not count on Ted having quite as many knights as he had. Those castles were close. Alright. Feroker, though. He's coming for it. Coming for it. Can he get it up? Are there any holes? Let's see. Yep, there's still a gap here. What a bloody mess. What a bloody mess. I can't even tell what's going on here. There's... I think all the villagers are down. There's maybe one vill left in there? No. They're all dead. Alright, Hannah's gonna drop a castle of her own. Problem is there's archers in her face. Good garrison here in Ted's town center. Look at that though. Lopager gets his castle up. Hannah's might be denied. This game is nuts. With +1 armor on those knights, so Hannah's archers cleaning pretty nicely. Like the quick walls there from Hannah as well. Hannah should be able to get this castle up. And then if we're talking about a race to imp, Hannah's definitely got the best eco here. Sitting on 84 vills. Maybe that castle won't go up. Oh, it should. There's archers right there. 96, 97. No. %. Wait, there's a vill here. Hannah. Send her in. Send her in. Let her finish the job. Let her finish the job. She needs like 3 hammer hits. That thing's up. Let's go. Yes. Here we go. What's up? This is nuts. Look at over here though. Feroker raiding the piss out of Ted. Feroker up to 71 fills. Yeah, Ted's home base is a disaster. His secondary TC over here is now ranged by a castle. He's got this little secret eco here, little farm eco. He's getting gutted at the moment here by Feroker, who is up to 75 vills himself. Anna's on the way to Imp. You got 22 Expo, 20 Expo here for Lopager. Yeah, I think if Hannah can keep the Archer production going, prep down this castle, then use that ARB advantage to go clean out Feroker's base. It's probably the easiest win condition here for Mr&Mrs. On the other side, Feroker, just if he buys enough time, he gets to Paladin. Right, maybe go Paladin, Ram. Our Ballistics on the way here for Hannah. Yeah, that probably hurt not having that back to Castle Age. Feroker's eco looking pretty smooth there at home. Ted adding a TC back here. 37 villagers for Ted, so he's basically completely out of this game. It's all riding on Hannah's shoulders here. Ooh, this is nasty though. Look at this. Hannah losing track of those archers here. Tons of vills going down. That's a nice take there by Lopager. Really nice take. Hannah should clear this. I love what Lopager's doing here, though. Picking off reinforcements as well. Look at this, the Feroker's team all of a sudden 30 vill advantage. Man, this one is really hard to call. Hannah's going to have to go absolute gangbusters here. She needs to take that castle out quick, and then she needs to pressure with Arbalist right into Feroker's base. Alright, Ted trying to make a camel switch here. Obviously cannot get near the castle with those camels. They will evaporate. Imp is in on the Trebs. Bracer on the way. Ted somehow continuing to produce despite having basically no economy. Ooh, some raids from Feroker back at Hannah. So the first pressure Hannah has faced in a while. She's very busy up front. I don't think she's noticed this. Okay, no, she has. I like Hannah heavy on stone there as well. I think it can make a lot of sense to get a follow-up castle. Maybe a second one in the middle. Maybe put on Feroker's face. Alright, Imp on the way here for Lopager. 15 archers. They're coming for Ted here. Alright, and that castle's down. So I think Hannah's absolutely on the clock here. She's got to get pressure on Feroker's base. Because I'm not sure they're going to be well positioned to just play the sort of defensive game on top of the hill. They're just not going to have the numbers. With Paladin, Feroker can get to Paladin, which he's going to be helped a lot by having access to Ted's secondary gold there. That buys him a lot of time from having to get into the middle. Yeah, here comes Hannah. Yeah, this makes great sense. Treb down this castle. A lot of vills here for Feroker. Ted and Hannah looks pretty good for him right now. And Hannah's going to get a lot of kills on that gold there. And is at 44 Arbalists, only 27 archers for Lopager. Eco upgrades are sparse here. Elite Skirm coming in for Lopager. Doesn't even have Horse Collar at the moment. Could be a nice counterattack, though. Knights coming in. And Ted and Hannah, yeah, what do they just clean up these vills? But I think now they really need to think about pressuring Feroker's base. Vill count is basically evened out. Hannah's just cooking 105 villagers. She's had some really nice boons in this set. Arbalists are just scattered all over the place. Got 37 of them here. Chasing down villagers. Alright, Cavalier about a minute out. It's a good counterattack. I don't know. Maybe it's not worth it though. Because now look at that. Feroker's down to 10 knights. Cavalier upgrade's going to basically be meaningless. Yep, here comes Hannah. Here comes the Trebs. Feroker thinking about jumping on those Trebs. Alright, and with another castle here. That's a nice castle. That's going to range almost all the gold that's out there. Ooh, Trebs getting a little too far forward. Alright, Hannah manages to keep him alive. Mr&Mrs. look in firm control here. Yeah, with all that damage, Feroker's Vill count only 10 above Ted's. Yeah, this looks quite good at the moment for Ted and Hannah. Feroker, there's no chance of Paladin. No one on gold. No. Lopager's sitting on 1,600 stone. What do you think about dropping a castle right up here? You know, like maybe right there. Range all the production, range those 2 TCs. Right, you might hope, oh, that's going to really distract Ted and Hannah. Hannah adding skirms of her own. That's a great call here. The Cav player is about to be super dead. But Hannah, she's going to drop a castle herself. Love that castle. Ted's production. Very solid here. 37 camels on the field. Feroker desperately selling gold. Actually, gold price is still quite good. Yeah, and Feroker's going to lose all these Cavalier. I think we'll see the GG here soon. There it is. That was a great game. A fantastic game. Honestly, one of the most fun Gold Rush games I've seen in a while. That was absolutely hectic. I can't even recall all the twists and turns in that one. Yeah. The castles in the middle, that was wild. I mean, honestly, if like even just one of those had gone up initially, maybe this is a totally different game. But the double doubt, that was just absolutely brutal. All right, Hannah Ted taking a 2-1 lead in the series. It is super, super late here. That's why, yeah, I'm extremely low energy. So I am going to cast the rest of this tomorrow when I'm a bit more conscious. So yeah, fantastic set so far. Absolutely enjoying this one. And yeah, I will look forward to joining y'all for the rest of this one tomorrow. Be well.